really exciting because I do feel strongly about supporting women in business and especially in this industry. Born in the 70s and sort of joined the workforce in the 90s, I do know what it means not to have the same opportunities as my male counterparts. There was always this perception that, you know, women could not do the same things the male could do and we're not strong enough physically or mentally. You know, there's numerous examples we could talk about through childhood and adult life, and then obviously having children myself. You know, juggling the work and the family and etc. There's a lot going on. So I'm sure you all know about that as well. So my passion is really to make sure young women do not have the same experience as, you know, women our generation or my generation have. So E3 for me is a really great initiative and I'm proud to be part of. We have about 250 members in Australia and we have about 4,500 members across about 46 countries around the world. And every country or region, they manage their agenda different, so they can choose what they'd like to do. So we, in Australia, we focus really on mentorship, training, we hold like webinars and seminars on mental health or any sort of business opportunities or, you know, finance for non-finance people. So really making sure there's a sort of a variety of things we do for women. We also work very closely with HR in our business and on a variety of initiatives. And for example, you know, we talk a lot about breaking the bias, whether they are unconscious bias or conscious bias. I recently also facilitated a training session for managers because at Ecolab, every manager has to go through like a bit of a training, and part of that is diversity and inclusion. And, you know, we talk a lot about bias, and because about 90% of our actions are actually determined by our subconscious mind. So we're really looking to change that, so we are aware of our bias and we know, you know, what they are and how we can work on, because all of us, and it's okay to be biased, but just to understand, you know, that we do have them and they shouldn't get in the way to make good decisions. Next slide. Yep, there we go. So what else do we do at Ecolab, and especially obviously at pest elimination? We do quite a bit, but there is still so much to do. Look, we're trying to, our job ads, we're trying to keep them very generic. So to not to have any, you know, gender-specific terms in there, to not have any skills in there that really, you know, is too technical, because we know that about for women, they think they need about 100% of the skills to apply, whereas male, they apply if they have about 60% of the skills. So we're very conscious about that. And for example, in New Zealand, now we try to, you know, employ a lot of female technicians as well. And in New Zealand, we do have now at least one woman in every district, and we're trying to sort of replicate that in Australia, really focus on that. So hopefully we'll get there at some stage. We also have new parental leave agreements as well, which really support women, not just women, also males. So, you know, that dad or mom can take parental leave, so which is great. And we do have a career path progressions and development opportunities, and especially also flexibility in what we do. And then obviously a key step we took is to partner with PWAPM, because PWAPM's mission to attract, develop and support women in the pest management industry really strongly aligns with Ecolab's mission. So to become a member and then a sponsor of PWAPM is a really natural fit and a partnership we're very proud of. So we are continuing the journey at Ecolab and in the pest division specifically as well, for a diverse and safe environment where women can feel supported and can develop and succeed. And there's one thing we always say at Ecolab, because we have so many different divisions, we always say pest is best, because we feel really strongly about that. So that's it from me. I'll leave you with just one quote. Look, pop by. I'm around for the next couple of days at Pesticon. it would be great to speak to you. So a quote from Michelle Obama, it's very simple and very short. There is no limit to what we as women can accomplish. That's it from me. Thank you.
Okay, so Tara's going to get us back into our PowerPoint. We're now going to have our panel discussion, so about combating administration expectations in the digital age. So I'd like to ask Nicole Tyzak, Jody Yuri, Kylie Aldridge and Sarah Cutting to come to the stage.
Okay. Well, hi everyone. My name's Nicole. I'm the marketing manager at Syngenta Professional Solutions, and I've got the privilege of hosting the panel today, which is really exciting. I'm coming up to about 10 years in the pest industry, and it's the SPS team. We actually look after turf and landscape as well as pests, so I've got both experiences. We have really moved on since the days of putting an ad into the yellow pages and getting your company name to have AAA at the start of it, so you could be at the beginning of the pest control section, you know. So I think things have moved on, and these days we've got Google reviews and Facebook recommendations, and they're all much more the rage. So I thought the topic that the ladies chose today about having how we can positively use technology and just how we can get all these multiple platforms and the channels we have at our disposal to improve our businesses and, of course, our customer experience was a fabulous topic. So I'm very excited to be joined by these three awesome business owners who are going to come and generously share with us some of their top tips of how they manage the admin side, the marketing, the reporting, and their CRM platforms in their businesses. So I'm sure you're all going to find it very interesting. How we're going to flow for this panel is we'll start with each of our panelists giving you a short introduction about themselves and their businesses. And then I'll ask them a few more specific questions before we open to the floor if any of you guys have wanted to ask questions or have any comments or anything else to add to the fabulous stuff we're going to get from these ladies. So I might start with you first, Jody. We might go in the order that they're on the screen here. So over to you, Jody, if you want to give us a little intro.
Okay, well, first of all, I'd like to say thanks for inviting us to speak on the panel this morning. It's a great honour and we're very grateful to participate, I think. Hopefully we'll have something of value that people can take away and have a think about. So basically, my name's Jody. My husband Colin and I started Drop Dead Pest Control back in 2008. We're based in Sydney, New South Wales, and we have had 14 years experience in the business thus far. I'm a licensed technician and timber pest inspector, and our business consists mainly of, it's 30 people all up that's involved in our business. We've got 16 technicians, 11 staff in admin, which is kind of heavy, but I think we've just grown so much. Everyone needs to have a dedicated role now. We just can't all be everything to everyone all the time. So everyone's got a dedicated role and we all work really well together. And we've got 3 in business development as well. We service, obviously, a range of residential, commercial, strata managers, property manager clients, and we work within about a 200-kilometre radius of our business. We are on the coast, so we don't actually go into the ocean, but, sort of inland and north and south. So we also do pre-purchase inspections and pre-construction as well. My daughter Eliza's here today, and so she's going through her licence at the moment. She's been with us 5 years in the business, so that's really, really great. We are a family business. And, Colin and I are really, really pleased that our children have decided to join us in the business. There was many discussions around the dining room table over the last 14 years, and I think they've absorbed a lot of it. And so they've got some really good, solid business ideas behind them. Okay. Let me just make sure I've covered everything. So Eliza's our business administration manager. She manages a team of 8 in our head office. Our son James is a technician. And hopefully today I can share some of my business experience with you and offer some value, I guess, moving into this digital world that we're all now living in. And I think we really need to be in that space to move forward. Thank you.
Awesome. Thanks, Jodie. We might go to you, Sarah, because you've got the next microphone. And if you can pass that one across to Kylie, that'd be great. Go, Sarah.
Thank you. Thank you so much for the introduction. My name's Sarah. My husband and I own and operate Spider-Man SE in Mount Gambier, which is in the lower southeast of South Australia. We're a micro business. It's just my husband, I, and we've now got 2 employees with us. And we're still in the work from home stage, so quite different to the girls here. So I guess my input today is, to talk about my battles with live at work, work from home. It's a very fine line, and sort of using technology in order to outsource and make it easier to run your business from home. Also, I guess the importance of not being available 24/7 and using technology in order to set those boundaries in your workplace when you work from home. I think that's about it for me.
Thanks, Sarah. Kylie?
Hello. Hi, I'm Carly, General Manager of Suburban Pest Management. So we're based here in Queensland. We travel, we're based in southeast Queensland. We travel as far as Gympie down to just below the Gold Coast, and out west. So we travel quite a long way. I've been in the industry for 16 years now. So started when I was 18. I was employed by my now husband's mum, Angela. So I wasn't sure what I wanted to do. Coming out of school, started in Blockbuster, realised it wasn't for me. So I moved into that role. She was helping me out. So I still don't know what I want to do, hence why I'm still there. We had the opportunity in 2011 to take over the business, to purchase it. So a couple of months after Tom and I got married at 23, we took over. So we had 9 staff at the time. Now we have 44. So it's growing quite quickly. It's very difficult at times, but it's very rewarding as well. So we have 3 kids who are 8, 4 and 2. And yes, it makes it very challenging at times, but it's great. So when I was asked to do this talk, I said definitely not. Certainly not my forte. If you've seen my husband Tom on the videos, it's definitely his thing, not mine. So not unless I have Oscar with a teleprompter in front of me. So and you'll see Oscar walking around with the camera up the back there. So thank you, Oscar. I thought in the end, hopefully I can give some insight into our experiences in moving from whiteboard scheduling to digital over the years. So hopefully there's something that you can take from what our experiences are. So,
thanks, ladies. Well, I've had the privilege of sitting on a call with these ladies, and I know they've got something to share. So don't undersell yourselves. And it's really great. We've got such a nice mix of sizes of business, as you can see there. We've got a couple of 3 different states represented, and also tenure in the industry. We've got from 8 years to 15 years. So thank you for joining us. I'm going to start with the first question, which is actually directed to all of you, but I'm going to lead with you, Jodie. So you want to grab back a microphone there. So the first question is quite broad, but it's basically, what's been the biggest change that you've seen in your pest control business from a digital perspective?
Okay, so from a digital perspective, I think moving from a paper-based system to a digital system has been a real game changer, and I think we're really living in the digital world now, and it really has and helped improve our business. There's been, a great benefit of moving to what we call a CRM, a client relationship management system. Probably the three benefits that I've noticed is that it's streamlined our business administration system immensely. So, the early days of when we were a home-based business and, you've got your booking sheet and you've got your diary and that's where you start. You have a website and that kind of thing. And as you grow, we went from diaries to Google Calendar, the free version, and then we needed to go to the paid version because I thought, my goodness, if this disappears, I disappear and the business with it. So, so we got to the stage where we were growing and it was just about having one system that could capture all the customer data and have everything in one place. So that's been a huge thing. So it really has streamlined the whole administration side of the business. Another thing that it's done for us is it's enhanced our client and technician communication. Being able to communicate with your clients, like obviously, there's phone calls and emails, things like that, but having a system where everything's in one place, you've got all your communication with your customers, you've got all their appointments, all the conversations that you've had, any text messages, emails you've sent, photographs that they may have sent in for an ID on a pest, everything's in one place, which is really brilliant. And that system integrates with our payment system. So we use Stripe and we have MYOB that we're using at the moment. We're looking at going to zero. Everything integrates beautifully. We've got we use Cube Online for our customer reviews, and that's been fantastic as well. From a communication point of view, it's been wonderful having everything in one place rather than, referring to your MYOB back to paper sheets and that kind of thing. So it's really been a natural progression. And the other thing is it's been a really good investment of just having that centralised system. Losing the paper was huge. Sort of when we came into our new office as we were growing, I bought so many filing cabinets because I'm thinking, oh my gosh, I'm bringing all these files and paperwork and everything that we needed to reference, to pull up, to ring people for their annual appointment reminder. They're all empty now. So and all the trays that used to sit on desks, they're all stored in the stationery cabinet now. And the desks are clean. We've got, we're operating with 2 screens. That was a big thing, going from 1 computer screen to 2. It was like, where do I put my eyes? Like I felt like a lizard. One eye on this screen, one on the other. But then, we adapted quite quickly, and I can't imagine working with less than 2 screens now. But yeah, it's been a great investment, and it's certainly, I'd say cost-wise, I'd have to do a good analysis on that. But I used to walk into the post office and order 7 boxes of, 100 stamps every month, and the post manager would rub his hands together and say, fantastic, how many stamps do you want to buy for those letters you're sending out? We do spray the business, and we do spray his home, and he's kept with us, which is good. But I walk in now and he just says, so I suppose you're not buying any more stamps. So, it's been a really, really good investment, and I think it's where we need to be in the digital age. Yeah.
Awesome,
for
thank
sure.
you. And I think I think the CRM system you were talking about was ServiceMate, and I think Kylie's got the same one. Yeah. So Kylie, why don't you tell us a little bit about your ServiceMate experience? I think you use the same system.
Yeah, I feel like I just want to say ditto to everything that you've said. Even coming down to the desks being clean, and we had 50 filing cabinets at one point, which we couldn't even sell in the end. No one wanted to buy them. So after scanning them all in, of course, all of the files. So, so we moved to ServiceMate in 2015. So we'd tried a couple of systems prior to that, GeoOp, and even before that, there was something called ScheduleFlow, which was very old. And ServiceMate has been a game changer for us. So up until recently, of course, but we found that if you have more than 20 people, the server can't support you. So unfortunately, it is crashing at times now. So But it's a great system, so it allows you to build out forms, create jobs efficiently. There's a lot of time invested into creating the forms and the reports and things like that initially, but it's well worth it. So even just creating jobs, recurring jobs, things like that, it helps with time. So with the queuing, the quotes are very quick. Many of our technicians will quote on site and actually email the quote then and there, so it's ready for us to process straight away. So I guess coming back to the digital platform and being able to communicate with your clients very quickly and efficiently, ServiceMate makes that very easy to do. It has a system where it automatically sends out, or you create it, but it will automatically send out for requests for reviews and things like that, which it's great. We were getting 5 to 10 a day, so it's really great culturally wise, because the team can see it and we can give shout outs to the team and things like that. I guess the problem for us is that we were getting 5 to 10 reviews inside our scheduling platform or ServiceMate. It wasn't actually transferring over to Google. So in my opinion, Google is probably the most important area for when clients are looking to book you or a service. I know for me, I'm always looking at that before I book something. So one of the issues we've had, and I think we've all had the issue, is trying to get those reviews popped through onto Google, because we can't actually put it on there for them. So and one of the issues as well that we've had with, I find now that digital is becoming more prevalent, most people have an email and things like that. Back in the day, we always posted letters because people didn't have emails, but people don't actually have a Google account. So I think we're moving into a time now where most people do. So it is easier to direct the clients to review us via Google. But yeah, that has been one of the challenges. It's not a challenge, but it's great to get the feedback. You know you're doing well, but it's just trying to get your clients to see that as well. So
Awesome.
In the right place, yeah. So ServiceMate is well worth the investment, and like Jodie said, it's pretty good.
Thanks. Sarah, I know you don't use ServiceMate, and I think you've got a really good reason for that, and your business size is one of those.
We do, Nicole. And so the reason that we don't the reason we don't use, we have a very good reason.
Oh, I know that. I know, we do have very good reason.
The reason that we
use
don't
ServiceMate,
use it, no. We use Gorilla Desk, which is an American-based company. It's an amazing scheduling system. I guess with the price of the US dollar at the moment, it's a bit exy. It's great, though, I guess, with the size of our business as it is. Back in the early days, prior to 2017, we actually had a go at building our own custom database. Well, that was fun. Oh, my goodness. The initial quote just absolutely it blew out, and we realised that we were really pushing it uphill. So we decided that we'd invest in Gorilla Desk, and it has been the best thing that's happened to our business. It's grown. The ability of the system keeps improving, so I feel like it's been a very good investment. And back to what Nicole was saying, the key issue for us and the reason that we don't use ServiceMate is because we're Android users, and unfortunately ServiceMate only supports Apple users. So it's really, I think, Apple, Android, it's. I think you're strongly either or, and we were just not going to make the change over. So back in 2017 we started using Gorilla Desk, and it actually made it. It increased our ability to just reduce paper. So I went from, my husband and I were both working full-time in other jobs at that stage while we were building up our business. So using a CRM allowed us to get past me getting home from work of an evening and putting through Michael's manual job sheets into our system and getting out all of the invoices and that kind of thing. And I think just those custom reminders and automation, it means that client is getting an amazing customer journey right from the minute that they first connect with you. So they're getting the introduction, they're getting by SMS and email. Yeah.
they're getting, steps on what they need to do in order to prepare for their service. It's also been great that we have been able to do a link for a COVID screening as well. That's emailed out automatically through Gorilla Desk, just to make sure that our techs are safe, and we've sort of done that screening before we head out there. So using your CRM, customising it to how it suits you best and suits your business, it just makes that customer journey just that little bit better, and allows you to be really professional no matter what sort of size business you've got or whether you're based at home.
Great. Yeah, I think one of the comments the ladies made when we were first chatting was you just can't ring everybody. So having SMSs and emails and all those other reminders is great. So one of the other things that happened after I chatted to these ladies, I went on a little bit of a rabbit hole about online reviews and like finding out where that all started and why it's become such a big deal. And actually the first websites that started was already back in 1999. They started with online reviews, and it was only in 2002, I think, that Google bought one of those original review websites. And then it was only in 2010 that businesses could actually have the right of reply to those reviews, which was a good change. Facebook became dominant in around about 2010, but Google surpassed them again in 2017. And as you guys probably all know in the room, but I learned this when I was on my little rabbit hole, was that having reviews has a really big impact on your Google rankings and the search. So I know you guys all know that, but thanks for teaching me something as well. So I know, Carly, I might start with you here. You mentioned in your intro about how you like redirect the reviews and get all that kind of stuff up. So I might get you all just to talk just a touch back on reviews, seeing it is such an important part. And I think, I know they've all got something to add here. So Carly, I'll start with you.
Yep. So as I was saying, that we were getting plenty of reviews, and we weren't capitalising on that in Google reviews. So I spoke to my marketing manager, Nicole, who knows way more than I do. What we ended up doing, we do use an external marketing company, which we have done for quite some time, even prior to Nicole coming on board, where I would manage their workload and also do the social media, but it got too much, so nixed the brains. So what we did was put in a back-end system which sent out, obviously, an email to the clients asking them to review us. Fairly simple, and I know the girls do this as well, but when the client gets the email to ask them to review the service, they get a thumbs up, cool, they get directed through to Google Reviews. If it's a thumbs down, which it does happen, it actually does email through to us, so it doesn't get directed to Google at all. So it enables us to contact the client, work out what's going on. As we know, it's usually just a communication breakdown or something along those lines. So we can get ahead of it and try to prevent the bad Google review. Of course, like I was talking to Nicole yesterday for some tips for the chat, people are going to review you regardless anyways, but it is trying to get ahead of that. So that has been really great for us to be able to send that out to the clients.
Awesome. I think, Sarah, you've also got a similar thing when you get a less than 5.
We do. So as soon as, and we use our Gorilla Desk system to do this, as soon as our boys mark our job complete, it automatically sends out an SMS to the client, and it gives them an invitation and just a small bit.ly link to give us a 5-star review on Google. And I guess also because of the size of our business, it actually also allows us to say, look, if there's been any problem or if there's any, if you want to give us less than a 5-star review, to please contact us directly. And it's actually got my husband's mobile number there, so that he's able to address any concerns that our customers have. Again, it's that size of the business where the director is still quite available and able to. I feel like customers actually quite like being able to connect with the owner of the business. So that's worked really well for us. So that link does send the clients off to Google to do a 5-star review, and it's worked really well for us. I mean, we're a small business, and I think we've got 170 reviews sort of over the last 12 months or so. So, it's been working well.
Awesome. And Jodie? you had a little bit more. Yeah.
Okay, so we engaged a company called Cube Online, and that was probably, I think, 3 or 4 years ago now. They originally came to us and, we had a conversation and basically the sales rep said to me, so when you're going to search for something or use a service, where do you go? What do you do? And I go, well, we go to Google, don't we? And that's what we do. We go and, type in, what we want or the suburb we're in and see who comes up. And so it's really important to be on that first page because does anyone go past the first page here? Hands up. Anyone? No. Okay. So, I think with Google, the algorithms and everything change, all the time. So no one can ever really know what's going on. But I think the key thing is about having, it recognises relevant content and also, recent content. So it's always updating, and so it's just really important, I think, for the customer to have an opportunity to review. So after all our jobs, a review is sent to the customer, and they have an opportunity to click on the link and respond through a Google review if they've got a Gmail or a Google account or Facebook. So if they don't have either of those, they can still respond to the text message that they get, and then that comes into ServiceMate, and we can respond to that. So any of those reviews, and we've got fantastic reviews that come in because some people are a bit suspect about clicking on a link. You've still got those type of people. So we've got a great lot of reviews as well, but you can actually, work with your website person, and you can, have those added and uploaded to your site. So I think, over the time that we've been using Cube, they've got an engine where, they make sure that your information is consistent across a whole lot of different platforms online. Whether they're searching on Google or Bing or all the other ones as well. So it's been a real game changer, and it's been great for the customers to be able to say what they think. And I think like most of them are 5-star, and if anyone gets a 4-star in our WhatsApp group, I go, what happened? Why is it not a 5-star? And some people just don't leave 5-star reviews. I know Colin and I have been out on jobs, and we couldn't have done anything more. I mean, I've even brought the washing in off the line for the client, and it's so many things, and you just go all out, and you get a 4, and you go, oh, you just gutted. You think I couldn't have done anything more, but all those reviews and Facebook reviews. So everything goes to, Google Our Business on Google, and the Facebook reviews feed into our Facebook page. So, and then we've got an automatic response on Facebook. And you can have that with the Google reviews as well. However, I think with our business, I like to respond as the director personally to each client, and yes, it takes time, but I like to be all over it. And each review is responded personally, and I can look up the client, I can see the technician that did the job, so I just feel it's got a personal touch, which is still really nice as you grow to be able to have that with your customers. So, that's been a game changer for us, and people love the reviews, and when they read them, they go, why would we go anywhere else? My gosh, that's just amazing. So you get that first opportunity to make that impression. So, yeah, it was really good.
I'm going to direct this one at you, Sarah, because you also touched on it in your intro. That whole idea of having your work from home idea, but also this expectation from customers now that you're available 24/7. I'm going to send you a Facebook Messenger at 2:00 in the morning, and of course somebody's on their Facebook and they're going to respond to you. So how do you manage that?
Oh,
I think that is when I touched on my introduction before, is there such thing as work from home, or is it live at work? It is such a fine line. And I think when we're starting up a business, we want to do everything we can to show potential customers that we're the best out there. And I think we've probably all done it. It comes to the detriment of being available more than you really should be, and setting boundaries. But I can give you a tip. It'll only last so long before you just about, bottom out. Juggling small children, juggling your family, and not having the ability to close the door to your office at the end of the day is a real problem. So the way that I sort of began to get around that is just realising that I can't do everything. So it sort of started initially just with your automation and auto responses to clients or potential clients, the ability to do quotes online, to book online, where they can do that anytime. With the auto responses that we do, I send an auto response for my emails just to say that I'm available between the hours of 9:30 and 2:30, and I'll check my inbox twice a day. It's something that's so simple to do, but it gives your customer a boundary, and as long as you follow through and get back to them within that time, I think, that's very fair. Same thing on Facebook, same thing on Instagram. There's an ability to set an auto response on all of those platforms. I think another thing that has really, really helped is sort of realising that you're not indispensable, and realising that if anything happens to you, you need to impart your knowledge on others so that someone else is able to pick up your business. And that was so important. Back in 2019, I went through some chemotherapy, and it actually was absolutely fantastic that I had my virtual assistants all trained up. I had bookkeepers, I had social media people. So all of these people that I had trained, they don't work in our office. I still work from home, but I had outsourced. So it meant that my business could continue on. It meant that my husband's schedule was done. It meant that our phones were answered. And I was able to concentrate on my health during that period. So yes, work from home, but technology these days allows us to outsource and get the help you need without actually having an employee in your office. We've been through many companies, I think 5 now, since we've found the right virtual assistants for us. So you have to make mistakes, but eventually you'll keep making those mistakes, and you will find the person that matches your business and the way that you want your business to be presented. So.
Awesome. Thanks, and I can vouch for it. I got an automated message when I emailed Sarah, and it was. But what was good about it, it did give me options. It actually allowed me. If I was a customer, I would have gone, oh, hang on, she's given me the option to self-service myself and go to her website and do my booking. Which I think, Kylie, you've got that as well. Kylie, you do online bookings, or you tried, or you don't? Yeah.
Yes, we do. So we're utilising the online booking system in the back end of ServiceMate. So if you go to our website, you can book. Not all of our services, but the majority of them are available to clients to book in whenever they want. So I guess in this day and age, that is how we are. We're fast and we need things done quickly, just in any industry. So I know that when I'm booking something, if I wanted to go and get a facial or something like that, I'm doing it at night time, and I would rather go to someone who I can book in through the website and just get it locked in. So cool. we try to create the same sort of opportunities for our clients. So there was one point where we had pushed it out so that the clients would only be able to book in 7 days' time because we were too booked up. But as we've grown, we've found we have more flexibility in the schedule now with 25 technicians, so you can manoeuvre the workload a fair bit. So we have opened up the bookings to allow for people to book in today, tomorrow, depending on the service. So, it's definitely working in our favour. We do spend a fair bit of money on our online marketing, so capitalising on those inquiries is really important. They can cost anywhere between $35 and $150 depending on the service. So, it's really important to be able to capitalise on that stuff. So we also have a web bot. So whilst we don't utilise it all the time, because again, just doesn't matter the size, you still need the staff to man those sort of things. So we have certain staff that are able to reply to the web bot. We've created it so it's fairly automatic at first. It gives the team a bit of time to finish what they're doing and then jump in and take over the conversation. So that does actually create a fair bit of work, but it is also time consuming for that team member. So they may not be answering the phone or doing other things because they're trying to win this inquiry, which may not turn out, but it gives us the opportunity to create work off that.
Yeah, it's quite clever.
Yeah.
And I know, Jodie, you were quite taken by all this. You thought, well, maybe we'll give it another go. So you use more streamlined booking system, still a bit old school, but...
Yes, so we're still looking at doing online bookings, and I think the challenge is that customers think they know what they need, but when you talk to them and you ask them, what are you seeing, what are you experiencing, sometimes, that may not fall within the service that they're thinking that they're booking. So for us, it's definitely something that we will look at, because I think, in this day and age, there's definitely a place for it. But we're still, I know, probably a little bit old school, and we're just real people, and I just love connecting with the customer and talking to them, and often get in trouble for talking too much. But it's about developing relationships and connecting with people. And if they've got a small baby and the baby's crying in the background, you get that opportunity to say, oh, how old's your baby? Just look, small things. And when you're really busy, it's just small little conversations, and those people think, wow, she took the time just a minute just to check out what I'm about, So it's definitely something we'll look at. But at this stage, we haven't moved to that, only because I just want to make sure what we're booking is the correct service for them.
That's great. Good build. And I mean, I think that's a beautiful point that Jodie makes there as well. With all the technology and stuff, nothing really does top that personal connection, and that's why it's so fabulous to be all in the same room and not on a Zoom. So there you go. So we're going to start winding up. So the last question, and it's just a pretty much a sum up for the ladies. So it's just really, you all run very successful, very busy businesses by the sounds of things, and I just want to, just if there's one last insight that you would like to share with the group, go for it. And I'll start with, who was I starting with here? I was starting with Carly today. There you go.
Okay. I guess the insight is, just move with the digital times. I guess we can't push against it. So, as difficult as it is at first, it actually does improve the business. It improves efficiency and enables you to do more work on your business. So, and I think the one thing for me, like I said, we have Nick here, our marketing manager. She's been employed with us for a couple of years. Prior to that, I tried to do everything, and I guess, like Sarah said, you can't wear all the hats all the time. You will burn out. So just identifying when you may be a little bit out of your depths. I certainly was. Only finding one day a month to schedule our social media and have everything put in and get back to whatever I was doing. I wasn't utilising my time correctly. So, it's been excellent having our marketing team on board. Just... You can't be good at everything. I mean, you can probably try, but I would like to think I'm fairly good at a lot of things. But there's certainly specialised things that I'm not. So just identifying that and employing someone who can do better for you will actually benefit the business.
Thanks. Jodie or Sarah? Do you want to go next?
I guess... it's just, I think the being so aware of this work-life balance thing. I'm not, if anyone finds the magic answer, I think we're all still looking for it. I just think using technology and continuing to invest in further education and that kind of stuff. We've got a bit of a mantra at Spider-Man SE. It's green and you grow, ripe and you rot. And I just think you just need to keep learning. You need to keep embracing technology and keep growing in order to improve your business. So.
Awesome. Thanks, Sarah.
Yeah, and I agree. You do need to, as you grow, you need to embrace the technology that's available. And I think, originally it is a little bit of an investment and time, but it is well worth it in the end. And I think, communication is key. And as you grow, because we started as a home-based business, like probably most people do, and but as you grow, I guess it's, not to be scared of technology and seek out people that know more about it and ask questions. And, there's so much out there to choose from. And the hardest thing is making sure it's the right fit for your business. And I guess, communication, it's the number one thing about your business, communicating with your clients, your community, interacting with your community, but also just having great communication between your admin staff and your techs in the field. And as you move with technology, that communication becomes amazing, actually, because it's all in real time, and the techs can send, the admin staff a task, and they're on it straight away. Yeah. And the customer goes, "Wow, I just spoke to the guy 10 minutes ago, and you're on the phone. So, wow, I'm really impressed by that service." So technology definitely improves your business. And there comes a time when you really need to look at it, because it's just the way that things are going. Yeah.
Beautiful. What a lovely way to end. And I was going to say, I know one of you mentioned earlier a WhatsApp group, and I mean, it's so simple, and it's just there, and you can set up a WhatsApp group with your admin staff, your marketing team, whoever. So, so I guess it was a really early start for all of us, but personally, I'm now invigorated. I want to get in there and see everything else that's happening at this Pesticon. So thank you, everybody, for organising this morning. And without further ado, we'll keep moving. And thank you, ladies, for your time. You were very helpful.
Today, I want to touch base on resilience, what it is and how we can build it up. Psychological resilience is the ability to cope mentally or emotionally with a crisis, or to return to pre-crisis status quickly, or more generally, your ability to bounce back like a rubber band. Despite winning last year's Excellence Award, I consider myself to be fairly average at many aspects in my life, especially as a termite inspector, a psychology student, still haven't finished that, a cook, a cleaner, definitely not my forte. Sometimes as a horse rider, I've had my fair share of stacks, and at times I can be an average mum too. Part to do with the business. I do, however, consider myself quite resilient, and I hope to pass that on to my daughter, Layla. Like many of you here, I've been through my fair share of issues so far in life. I've experienced domestic violence at the hands of a previous partner, and also at the hands of my dad, who has a life-threatening illness and couldn't control it. I have had the death of 2 close friends. I've had 2 spinal surgeries, and I'm looking at a 3rd in August. I have lost complete feeling in my leg, and I had to learn to walk again. I've had and still have chronic pain, and I've also dealt with mental illness. Plus, on top of that, the standard things that women in this day and age have to cope with: full-time job, full-time parent, trying to have a part-time business on the side, sometimes a social life, trying to be fit, trying to put time into my horse riding passion, which doesn't always work with work, trying to keep my 6 horses and 4 dogs alive and happy, self-care, all of those appointments, eyebrows, plus back stuff, plus the mental load, or the cognitive labour that we as women bear. Those are the invisible, non-tangible tasks of running the household. You all know them. Men don't know what they are usually. But, just keeping everything running. And that's all whilst trying to stay sober, which is pretty hard. And I know some of you probably have a few more items on your list. We all have different things to bear. Today, women are extremely busy people with more and more on their plate. My advice to those who resonate with the above list, or have their own list, quite similar, and you haven't yet found a happy medium, is to build your tribe. Create a network. Reach out and talk about it. Resilience exists in people who develop psychological and behavioural capabilities that allow them to remain calm during crisis or chaos. I'm pretty sure we all know a bit about that in work. And to move on from that incident without long-term negative consequences. Many studies show that the primary factor for the development of resilience is social support, and that resilience is highly correlated to peer support and group cohesion. Over the past 12 years working in the pest industry, I have been and felt invisible at times, that I haven't mattered, that I was just another office manager or admin, easily replaced, just a number, and that the opportunities were for the technicians more so, that education was for higher level managers and not necessarily for us, and that my opinions were to be kept to myself, quite frankly. I've wanted to leave many times. I have cried, I've sworn in frustration, and I've thrown my toys at times. But there were also big supporters in this. So we had big barriers, but those people in each of the businesses, both men and women, reminded me of my worth and helped me push forward. These individuals had my back. They let me spill out ideas, some good, some not so good, and kept helping me find a way to bring them into being and supported me through and through. They were my people, my tribe. One thing I can say without hesitation is that the PWAPM has changed my life for the better in this same way. Being a part of the Excellence Award process has given me so many tools I didn't know that I needed. It gave me the ability to take stock of where I'm at, my life and my career. To note down those things, because often we don't have a plan, to plan for the future. And made me note what I have accomplished and what I would like to achieve. Whilst some people may find being nominated 2 times and not winning a little deflating, and it was a little bit, it actually made me push myself harder each time to achieve the goals that I initially set. It was something tangible. It made me dig deeper to tell others about my experiences and those achievements that have happened. And we all kind of keep quiet about those things, I think. On top of that, I've been introduced to so many beautiful humans, a lot of them here today. They've been able to share the ups and downs of being in the pest industry. They get the things I'm going through because they are there or they've been there in the past. This has built even more resilience in me. The power to push forward, the power to go that extra mile for my team and to create that culture for others. I would really like to encourage you all to reach out to your fellow women and men in pest control, now more than ever. Be that supporter, and let's help each other create resilience.
Okay, so now it is time for the PWAPM Administrator of the Year Award. I would like to ask PCT's representative, Richard Murray, to come up and present that. Our nominees are Mandy Mayer from Insight Pest and Property, Elsa Bellario from Plick, Madge Passant from Ecolab, Eliza Ure from Drop Dead Pest Control.
Thank you very much, PWAPM. It's indeed a pleasure to be here to present this award. The sponsor of the PWAPM Administrator of the Year Award. PCT is a strong supporter of women in pest control, and the Administrator, as the women we believe pay a substantial contribution to our industry, and we've been hearing plenty of that here this morning. I'm so impressed. The Administrator of a business in our industry can be a massive task. We've certainly heard a lot about that today. It is mostly a joint officer manager role, managing office staff and coordinating technicians. This year's worthy winner of the award has come with the nomination as a great leader and motivator of her team in the office and the field. She, as an office and administration manager, operates as a true professional in the customer service and admin. I'm really pleased to announce that Eliza Ure is the 2022 PWAPM Administrator of the Year Award. Yeah, please come up, all right, Eliza. Just want to make a couple of comments about your qualifications for this award. You are from Drop Dead Pest Control, and I know that your company has won many awards for professionalism and service to the many of your local communities in the Sutherland Shire of Sydney. You have been at Drop Dead Pest Control for, I think Jodie was saying 8 years, but I've got here 7 years. A major part of your role is to manage, I learnt now, 8 office staff, not 7, which is on my notes, and coordinate, I think, 16, not 13 technicians, which is on in my notes. The coordination and management of that role is a massive task. I, in 2014, I think it was, jointly ran a product session at your Menai office, and I was really impressed at the efficiency by Colin and Jodie and the staff. I'm not too sure if you were there then. That's 2014.
Oh, I was 14.
You're probably there as a trainee administrator. Yeah.
Doing the filing somewhere.
Eliza, you thrive on ensuring your dynamic office is running like clockwork and solving challenging clients' problems. As Office Administration Manager, you have full understanding of what the business requires when it comes to effectively managing your office team and ensuring they can confidently and effectively carry out the roles in an efficient manner, in a positive and productive manner. You have customised the serviced M8 CRM booking system with great attention to detail, which ensures all customers have the latest regarding their booking, and techs can provide information paperwork to their clients. If this wasn't enough, you are upskilling in your professionalism technically by studying to be have your pest control licence. Good on you for when you find time to get out there and work with the techs. Eliza, you're a very worthy winner of this award, and it's a pleasure of mine and PCT, a wholly Australian-owned family company, sponsoring this award to present it to you. Congratulations.
Really appreciate it. I don't have enough hands, I don't think. But thank you very much. Maybe under the arm. Thank you. Yeah, I just wanted to say thank you, everyone. It's a real honour to come here and receive an award, and I think like someone else has mentioned already, you don't realise what you've accomplished until you really sit back and look and go, oh, I did that, and I think that's really important. So yeah, thank you.
Well done.
Thank you, Richard, and congratulations, Eliza. It is now time to do the 2022 Trainee of the Year Award. I'd like to ask Daryl Swartz from Bayer to come to the stage to announce that one. Let's take a look at the nominees. So we have Meg from Eagle Pest, Kirli from Termi Trust Pest, and Abigail from Pianto's Pest Control.
Okay, thank you very much. I'm honoured also to be here this morning to be able to present an award, a very fitting award for the industry, and obviously we've got 3 very worthy recipients or potential recipients of this award. I'm Daryl Swartz from Bayer, National Sales and Marketing Manager for our pests and termite businesses in Australia. Accompanying me today is Amy Kernke. She's just started with us. She's our marketing manager for Australia and New Zealand across our portfolios of businesses that we have. We're delighted to be here today as a sponsor of the Professional Women in Pest Management Trainee of the Year Award. This award seeks to recognise and highlight the achievement of a trainee who has gone above and beyond to engage in the pest management industry, a trainee who has achieved success, best practice and innovation. At Bayer, we are really passionate about diversity and inclusion. We're also passionate about the pest management industry as a whole. We see this sponsorship as an opportunity to encourage and support women, trainees, and thereby grow our industry. Some of you may already be aware that Bayer has divested our business unit, the environmental science business in Australia, or globally actually. We're very excited about our new ownership under Sinven. This will take effect later in the year. Now, we're looking forward to working with our key stakeholders to ensure that we explore new ways, innovative ways of doing business and evolving our offering over time in the pest management industry. So I'd like to now share with you some background about the award winner. This person commenced working in the pest management industry in February of this year, so only very, very fresh in the industry. She was among the top of her class in Year 12 and has previously completed a TAFE course and as part of a university degree in other industries. She's keen to learn, has exceptional attention to detail, excellent communication skills, and she's not afraid to speak up when something could be done in a better way. In fact, her manager said that the company has already made some procedural changes and bought new equipment based on her recommendations. Her reports for risk management and other communication with clients is extremely detailed and professional. Her manager said that she's a committed team player and has already made a mark on their business in the short-term time that she's been with them. I strongly believe that should be an asset to our industry as a whole in the future. So I'm very pleased to be able to present the Female Trainee of the Year Award to Abigail Thomas, also known as Abby from Piano's Pest Control. Abby's not here. Oh no.
She was on the list, but.
Does anybody want to accept the award for Abby? Oh well, hopefully.
Slept in this morning, I think.
Did she go out last night with many? It's a tough. It's a tough one to start at 6:30 a.m. after a big night.
Where those Baroccas, Mr. Mayor?
We've got heaps of Baroccas, so come to the stand if you. Yeah, we've got a fridge full. They need to go, so please, come and see us at the stand afterwards, and be good to have a chat with everybody. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Can I just ask everyone to pose? Just so we get everyone's good angles, okay?
My name's Tara, and this is Michelle, my lovely helper. So we've been the ones to organise this event, but we've got a couple of people that we really need to thank that have been critical in pulling this all together for us. So if I could get some of our panel members to come up here now, and also Nicole, and also the lovely Amy. It's all right. Without these lovely ladies, we honestly couldn't have pulled it together. So everyone, a big round of applause. Thank you. We also owe another huge round of applause to Oscar. He got roped in at the last minute to help us out with some videos, so he's been amazing over there. We also had a bit of news to share on behalf of the PWAPM. So quite recently, we've been able to have some new board members join us, and I would like them to stand up in the room now so everyone knows who we are. So we've had lovely Sarah join us back on the board. We've also got Amy as a board member now, Rhonda Trotter as well, she gives you a wave, and Kyan Ryder.
I'd also like to just, for a start today, thank Tara. Tara's put a lot of work into today. I don't know if you ladies know, but it was very short notice. Tara's been working around the clock. She's got 2 lilies and runs a business, looks after Shannon, and he needs taming quite a bit. So the thing with it is that, she has been working around the clock to make today possible for everybody, and I don't really think anyone understands the actual time and effort that she's gone through. All the ladies on the board have done a wonderful contribution to today, but Tara, thank you very much for all your hard work. Hold on, ladies. I'd like to also present the new president to the PWAPM, and that is Kyan Ryder. Kyan will be an absolute pleasure to have on the board, and as you are aware, she just did a great speech, and she is very resilient, and we want to start afresh and enjoy giving back to all the women of the industry. I think that's really important to each and every one of us on the board, and we hope to see you at all the next events.
Thanks for coming.